25th of April holds a special place in the heart of a lot of Australian and New Zealand people, and within that community. It is Anzac Day for us. It is where we commemorate the servicemen and women that served in World War I and World War II. Big services are held, all over the country. There's dawn services. In France, they remember the sacrifices that, as part of the Allied forces, we made. Particularly at Gallipoli, I think, is one of the things that stands out. At every Anzac service we go to throughout the years, there is always some story or poem told about the landing and the first waves, Gallipoli, and the hardships and treacherous conditions, and just all the atrocities of wars that ordinary men and women that have served in the army, but primarily the Australian New Zealand army forces in the First and Second World War. We pay our respects to them. We pay tribute to them for the ultimate sacrifice. And I, for one, was able to go to a service quickly before work, then come home and just quickly pump out a workout and then go to work. And for one, I'm grateful for the sacrifice that all these men and women made in keeping us free and keeping this country, and many countries around the world as well, free from the Axis powers that were so prevalent in the 40s, in the late 30s and the early 40s. I cannot imagine the amount of strength and courage and resilience that these men and women embody, and seem to hold themselves to on a daily basis. As a young man, as someone who wants to become a better person and a better man, I can only hope that I pick up some of these qualities along the way. And even if I could just have 1/10 of what spirit and what sacrifice these men and women showed, then I'd be more than grateful with that. But it's one of those days where I reflect on how lucky I am in my life, how lucky I am that I have a loving family. I'm healthy, I'm happy, I get to choose what I want to do. I have freedom within my own country, freedom to work, freedom to religion, freedom to political choice. All those things. I'm not being heavily oppressed and told what to do, and it is something that I'm truly grateful for. And every time the 25th of April rolls around, I cast my mind back to my grandparents. Normally, my grandfather served in the Second World War and became a prisoner of war. He was taken as a Japanese prisoner and spent a fair few months in a camp as a prisoner of war. And I remember, not necessarily him telling me because he died when I was young, but my nan's stories about the war and about his sacrifice and the things he had to do to keep his country safe and keep his family safe and keep his loved ones safe. So this was a workout that I had lots of time to reflect on and made me incredibly grateful. So yeah, look, happy Anzac Day. I hope if anyone's listening to this, I hope everyone got to a service and then down to the RSL afterwards to play some two-up, drink, and fondly remember, our servicemen and women, or our loved ones who may be servicemen and women, or past or present. And yeah, I hope we take this as a time to reflect on how lucky we are and how truly valiant these men and women are in laying down their lives for what we now have today. So cheers, thank you very much. I will see you in the next one.